Today we're going to be trying to play with randoms on Black Ops 3 Zombies. But before we do that, let's visit Dr. Monty's factory. I can't tell you the last time that I used this like gumball machine thing, and oh, we got a power boost, we got a bullet boost, and board games. Great gobblegums. Alright, let's go ahead and try one more. I heard back in the day that using one vat at a time is actually the best way to get perkaholics. Because while yes, technically using 3 vats at a time is your best chance at a rare, when you do 1 vat at a time, apparently the amount of perkaholics you get actually ends up being more than if you would have used 3 vats. I'm not exactly sure how the math behind that works. See, originally I was going to do Shadows of Evil, but surprisingly, there's only 25% of players in there, whereas there is 33% of players in Kino der Toten, which is just insane because Kino der Toten is a part of the Zombie Chronicles DLC, which means there are more players on this game that paid for the DLC versus players that didn't get any DLCs, which is usually the opposite of how it is. And hey, straight away we got a full lobby, surprisingly. I mean, it's literally 8 in the morning, yet somehow we got into a full lobby. Man, even this loading screen is just so nostalgic for me. The amount of late nights that I spent on Black Ops 1 back in the day on Xbox 360, and here we are. Oh man, see, I haven't played the Zombie Chronicles version of this map as much. Like, I've played it a couple times, but man, it's just every time I spawn into this map, I can't believe how good it looks. And you got the zombies here, like, oh my gosh, the zombie models look good, the gun models look good, it's just the lighting, everything is so beautiful in the Zombies Chronicles maps. If I'm gonna be 110% honest, there's a part of me that kind of prefers like the engine and the feels of the original games. Like, I prefer the feeling of playing Kino on Black Ops 1 versus playing it on Black Ops 3, and same thing with like playing Origins on Black Ops 3. I'd rather play it on Black Ops 2 if I'm gonna be honest. That being said, visually, it's just all of these remasters are an absolute treat. See, I've been around in the zombies community since back in World at War, and there was always all those clickbait YouTubers like, there's gonna be a DLC 5 in Black Ops 2, DLC 5 leaked, DLC 5 confirmed, and then Black Ops 3 came around and the same thing was happening. Everyone was like, DLC 5 leaked, there's gonna be a DLC 5 in Black Ops 3, and everybody was like, that's total BS, that would never happen, that would never come out, right? Right, now here we are. This was the one and only DLC 5 to ever be released in Call of Duty, and honestly, it makes me kind of sad. I was hoping that in either Black Ops 4 or Black Ops Cold War, we could see Zombie Chronicles 2, maybe. If I'm gonna be honest though, if there ever was a Zombie Chronicles 2, I would honestly want it to be on Black Ops 3. While I love Black Ops 4, and I feel like that game gets hated on way too much, you know, something about the engine, or maybe it's the way the game feels to play, or just something about the changes that were made in that game. I just much prefer the look and the feel of Black Ops 3, and same goes for Cold War. Like, Cold War feels great to play. I mean, you would hope so considering the game came out in 2020. However, I do much prefer the classic feeling of zombies. You know, you spawn in, you go through the rounds, or it's almost like a roguelike where like at the beginning of every game, you know, you just start fresh, you try to get as beefed up as possible and see how long you can survive. But in Cold War, you know, you got the ability to upgrade your perks and upgrade your field upgrades. So that fresh sense of progression in each game is already kind of warped. And then in Cold War, you're just kind of like overpower the entire game anyway. You get absolutely drowned in salvage and high-grade salvage, and then it's quite easy to pack a bunch of your guns all the way up to max at a pretty early round. And then from that point, the main reason to play Cold War Zombies is to grind out like Dark Ether camo. There's not really anybody hopping on Cold War just to go for high rounds for fun. Like, if you're playing Cold War, most times you were either A, grinding out levels, B, grinding out the battle pass, or C, you were grinding out Dark Ether camo. I know for me personally, I was usually just either grinding out the battle pass or grinding out Dark Ether camo. In fact, Cold War is the only Call of Duty game so far where I've gotten like all of the different mastery camos. I didn't get all the different mastery camos in Modern Warfare, and I didn't get them in Vanguard. I'm working on Modern Warfare 2 right now. I almost have the Orion camo, but yeah, I'm just missing a few guns yet. Cold War, I was hooked on that game if I'm gonna be honest. I went to multiplayer, I got DM Ultra, in Zombies, I got Dark Ether. I loved Cold War, and I still do. It makes me sad because I know that that's the last like classic feeling Call of Duty that we're ever gonna get in terms of the engine. Like, even though Cold War definitely had a lot of the MW 2019 mechanics, it's still at its core, like on an engine fundamental standpoint, it felt like a classic Call of Duty. But now going forward, we know most of, if not all of the Call of Duties are going to be rocking the new IW engine, and while it still feels good, there's just something about these classic arcadey feeling COD that just feels so good and so clean to play on, especially like Black Ops 3. The Black Ops 3 engine is so clean. It's so clean, in fact, that it makes me wonder what the heck happened during freaking Black Ops 4's development. Something about that engine just never really felt the best. I think Black Ops 2's is still my favorite just due to nostalgic and bias reasons, but Black Ops 3 would definitely be like my second favorite, followed by the IW engine. Spin the box and see if I get anything good. Hey, bud, you mind moving out of the way? Yeah, it's my turn to hit the box. And Of course I get a teddy bear. Whatever, I guess I'll at least buy a double tap. It just sucks because Cold War Zombies, like, at its core, it feels really good to play. And the different levels of progression that the game has with your guns, with the salvage, and the different Pack-a-Punch tiers, like, it's really satisfying. It's just that there's something about the maps, or maybe it's the game itself. It doesn't have the same replay value as classic Zombies. Like, I can't even tell you the last time that I got on to play Firebase Z, Mauer Toad, Forsaken. Like, I don't really have any desire to get back on and play it. I mean, D Machine is probably the one map where I'm like, yeah, I want to get on and play it, and that's kind of ironic considering it's the one map that isn't really even original in that game, because it's technically a remake of Nocturne Toad, and like, sure, most of the map is actually original content. However, at its core, it is a remake of a Nocturne Toad from World at War. So again, as much as I love Cold War Zombies and its progression, I really do just miss classic Zombies. You spawn in with your Colt, you get your perks, you try to build / acquire the OP wonder weapons, and you go from there. And HVK, you know what? That's actually pretty good. I really like this gun. Even though realistically, most of the guns in Black Ops 3 didn't really fit in terms of time setting in the Zombies maps that they were in, they still felt really good to use. KN is one of my favorite assault rifles in Zombies, period. So is the HVK. The HVK just feels so clean to use. The shooting, the recoil, the reloads, it's so tight. This guy has been like AFK all game. Like, he'll stand still and then he'll just go like AFK for a few seconds. He'll go down. I have to revive him. Then he starts moving for a little bit and then he goes AFK again. Like, if you're gonna play the game, play it. An SVG, no thank you. A Pharaoh, no thanks. I'm not ashamed to admit that I was one of those people that would stay up till 3 a.m. on school nights watching YouTube videos trying to figure out how to unlock Bus Route B on Transit. I still believe in Bus Route B. It has to be there. I spent so many hours of my life trying to study the map and watching so many different videos. It couldn't have all been to waste. There has to be a Bus Route B, right? Like, I'm still holding out hope 11 years later. If they ever remake Transit, I hope that they at least hint at it or maybe actually make it a thing that you can unlock in the map. So I did like a office tour / room tour a couple weeks ago, and in that setup, I showed you guys that right back there next to my monitors, it's actually off camera. You guys can't even see it, but there's like a TV sitting in the corner over there next to my PC, and basically what I've been doing, if you can see right there, that is a recliner right there. Lately, when I finish making my videos for the day, I've been taking out the HDMI from my monitor and putting it into that TV, and then like hooking up a controller to my PC and sitting in that recliner right there, and then I'll just play like custom Zombies on that TV. I honestly just really despise PC gaming. Like, it is not comfortable for me, and considering the fact that I spend so many hours every single day working on these videos as is, it's like I'm looking for an excuse to get away from having to be like hunched over my PC and just cramped up in that. I much prefer console gaming. I like just kicking back on my futon here, grabbing a controller, just playing my games comfortably like that. Just, I don't know, playing on PC has just never been comfortable for me. Like, it's fun, I enjoy it, but I can't do it for more than like maybe 30 minutes or an hour at a time before I'm like, okay, I want to stop now. There's just something about having to be all hunched up and having to like move my hands and arms so much. It's just, I don't know, it's too much for me. And don't even get me started on the fact that most of the people in the PC Master Race are just in a never-ending dick measuring contest. Oh yeah, well I have the 3060. Oh yeah, well I have the 3070. I tend to just avoid all conversations around it, whether it comes to PC Master Race, PC versus console. I couldn't care less, man. We're all gamers. Let's just play the games we enjoy. If you're new to the channel, this tangent may sound like completely random to you, but for normal viewers or long-time viewers, this is just normal. This is what I do. I start a video with the intentions of doing one simple thing, and then I end up rambling and talking about like 50 million different subjects by the time that the credits roll. And if you're wondering to yourself, credits roll? This isn't a movie. This is a YouTube video. Just wait until my outro. It's round 12, and I'm still using an Unpack-a-Punch HVK. I mean, I do have double tap, so it's not like it's failing me by any means, but I think I should go Pack-a-Punch at least one time. I mean, everybody in the game has more than enough money to. Oh, wait, no, you're the teleporter. Wait for me. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Can we go? Buddy, we're the only ones that have enough to Pack-a-Punch. You know, I'm not waiting for them. Let's go. Hello, I'm the YouTuber. That means I Pack-a-Punch first. Sorry. Oh, I'm the YouTuber, so I have to Pack-a-Punch twice. Thank you. Sorry. What effect do I get? Please tell me. Deadwire. Oh, yes. Deadwire used to be absolute trash at launch. I am glad that I got a buff. I also remember when Blast Furnace was like the most OP thing in the game. That was disgusting. Even though like Blast Furnace and Deadwire are the quote-unquote like metas of Black Ops 3, now that they've both been buffed and readjusted. For some reason, sometimes I like switching it up and just using the other ones since I never get to use them as much, since I usually just stick to the meta Pack-a-Punch effects. The other ones like Turned and Thunderwall and Fireworks, like, they're actually really freaking cool. Can we just take a minute to appreciate this Pack-a-Punch camo? Like, look at it. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Is it like a circuit board? Alright, now there's a fire sale active. Can I please finally get something good, like a ray gun or a thunder gun or You know what, an AK-74U, I'll take that. This is actually like my favorite SMG from Black Ops 1. Actually, not even in just Black Ops 1, like in any Call of Duty game where there's an AK-74U, for some reason, I always just gravitate towards it. Something about the way that the gun feels to shoot, the reload, the sound, it's just the AK-74U is so clean. I love this gun. Another teddy bear. Well, my friends, it's been a great zombie slaying session. We're on round 14. It seems like you guys are pretty set up. You know, most of you guys have your pack-a-punch weapons and your gobblegums and perks going. I shall be departing. I will turn on this automatic turret just to assist you guys for a bit longer as I depart. With that being said, I wish you guys the best of luck. I've never understood this loading screen. I like, is there some sort of context or meaning to it in the story, or is this just some flashy loading screen that they wanted to put in the game? I have one more liquid dividium that I earned from that match. Please, a perkaholic. Disorderly combat. Anyway, as always, a shout out to the patrons and channel members: Karma's Fig, Grandma, Little Bitty Tab, Big Daddy, Maddie, Chalupasaurus Rex, Razak, Polar, Ray, Webster, Lamas, Miyakis, Purgatory, Drippy Son, Mellow, Lasking, Peter, Magic, Mason, Irving, Teacher Y15, Flimmy 71, Aaron Reynolds, and Unknown. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. And remember, don't go hollow. Peace.